The Marine Toys for Tots foster care program is bringing hope to children who need it most. Every 2 minutes, a child enters foster care, often with only a small bag of belongings. More than 400,000 children face trauma and uncertainty, many before age 8. This May, during Foster Care Awareness Month, Toys for Tots is creating Room for Joy. In 2025, nearly 375,000 children received comfort through toys, books, and essentials, reminding them they are not alone. Donate now and change a child's life.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Taxi!
Okay, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
So a couple of years ago, I'm down in South Florida doing sports talk radio, and I get a guy reaches out to me. His name is Doug Sifu, and he said, Sid, congratulations. You're doing a great job down here. We know you're the best hockey guy in town, and, you know, we just bought the Florida Panthers, my main man, Vinny Viola, and we want you to get involved because we are fans of yours from your days on WFAN radio in New York. I go, oh, that's great, Doug. Yeah, thank you. I didn't know who Vinny was. I know Virtue is a big deal here in New York, and everybody on the floor in the stock market knows Vinny, but I didn't. But I did meet him very, very quickly, thanks to Doug Sipu, and we hit it off going to Florida Panther games. He even flew me with the team on a couple of series when they took on the Rangers, Islanders, and Devils here in New York. One weekend was Super Bowl weekend, and we became very, very close. Long story short, Vinny's hockey team, the Florida Panthers, have just won the last 2 Stanley Cups. And now on top of that, Vinny's horse, Golden Tempo, has just won the Kentucky Derby. I had the favorite a couple of years ago, the horse named Forte, who unfortunately stepped on a pebble the morning of the big race. But this horse, the 19-horse Golden Tempo, wins the Derby, and everybody here in New York and Brooklyn very excited for our dear friend, the great Vinny Viola. But the story doesn't end there. It gets even better when you look at his trainer, the first female trainer ever to win the Kentucky Derby. Just a lovely lady. She was great on NBC after the win on Saturday, Cherie DeVaux, and she is kind enough on this Monday morning, 2 days after her historic victory, to join us on Sid and Friends in the Morning. Cherie, congratulations on this momentous feat.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I saw you were really emotional on Saturday, your sister Adrian there, and talking about your husband David and holding the baby, and really a family team when you look at what you accomplished on Saturday, and you were quick to thank everybody around you after the victory.
Oh, it takes a village, both professionally at the barn. We have a wonderful team, and personally, I have a wonderful family that supports me, and this life on the racetrack it's something that is hard to conceptualize if you aren't part of it. And it really takes the support of my friends, my family, and especially my husband, David.
Yeah, he looks like a super guy. But I want to go back to the gentleman I spoke about as I introduced you, and that is my dear friend for so many years, and I guess your boss, Vinny Viola. What is it like working with Vinny, with this horse, all the way up to this victory on Saturday?
Well, Vinny's been wonderful. He really is. He's hands off. His racing head of racing is Monique Delk, and Monique handles the day-to-day communications and any questions that I have, and she and Vinny talk about his stable regularly. And Vinny obviously has a lot on his plate, so he's got other things, but him and Monique run the stable, and I think they're a fantastic team. And Vinny I commend him because during my time working with him and Golden Tempo, the horses always come first, and there's never any pressure, and that just makes it a joy to work with a team like that.
Oh, you're right about that. He was so upset when Forte stepped on a pebble. Some said, race. He said, no, I am not going to take a chance. He loves the horses. And, of course, he's a very, very big deal up here in Saratoga come summertime, whether it's Bill Parcells or Mike Brancesso or Rick Pitino. There is Vinny, too. And this is an amazing story when you consider that Cherie, the big champ today, you are from there, right? You grew up in Saratoga Springs.
Well, I have to negate that a little bit because I was born in Saratoga, but which is quite cold in the winter time. And I tell everyone that my formidable years were spent growing up on the beaches of Florida because I do not like being cold. I don't like all the snow. And that's what always comes up is you're from Saratoga. And I'm like, no, I like the beach. That's my jam.
Oh, I don't blame you. I also lived in Boca Raton for 16 years, and I can't stand the cold either. It's getting harder for me now. I'm just turned 59, and the New York winters are getting harder for me. So, Phipps Stable, St. Elias Stable, are they both in Florida?
Well, the Phipps Stable is based out of Kentucky. The Phipps family has been influential part of thoroughbred racing history, and I do believe they're based, a lot of the family lives in New York City and surrounding areas. And Daisy, who is my contact again, and I've known Daisy for years, is from Lexington.
Got it. And but St. Elias, that's down south, right?
Correct. Vinny and Teresa, they travel a lot. But I do believe their home base of operations is in Florida.
This is Cherie DeVaux. She just trained Golden Tempo to a Kentucky Derby win on Saturday. First female trainer to ever do that, and being celebrated all over the country today, as she should be. Tell me about his workouts and what he looked like leading up to this race, even that morning little trot there. Did you have a lot of confidence that this horse really could win the Kentucky Derby? Let's not forget, the horse went off at 23-1. Nice payday, by the way, $48. But were you confident, based on the workouts before the race and even Saturday morning, this horse was going to do what it actually did?
Most definitely. Golden Tempo is interesting as far as handicappers go, and what handicappers see on the form as opposed to what might be going on behind the scenes. So Golden Tempo he wasn't the most precocious colt. He always looked like he was going to get better with time, maturity, and with racing. And he's a true classic distance horse, mile and a quarter. So after Golden Tempo won the Lecomte, which was his first Derby prep race, the team and I spoke that he was a horse that's going to be in development, and we needed to have him peaking on Derby Day, not the races before. So as long as the horse was continuing to improve, as long as he was standing up to training and his speed figures were going in the right direction, we were going to keep the bigger picture in mind and not focus so much on each individual race leading up to the Derby. And he, if you could write it in a script, he followed the script perfectly.
He really did. And your jockey, Jose Ortiz, what a great day, Cherie, for the Ortiz brothers. Your jockey, Jose, wins the race. His brother, Irad, his horse, Renegade, comes in second. I'm not sure there's ever been a Derby where brothers finished 1-2. Probably not. Jose also, by the way, became one of maybe a dozen jockeys ever to win now every leg of the Triple Crown. I heard you talking about the Ortiz brothers, specifically your jockey, Jose, saying, I know him since he's like a little kid. How about Jose Ortiz, what he did on Saturday?
Oh, most definitely. I have to give a lot of credit to Jose, and I've known both Irad and Jose since they first moved their tack to New York, and in their early 20s. And Jose has been an integral part of our stable's growth in the last couple of years. He was based in New York and Florida, and he decided to come to Kentucky, and then subsequently went down to Fairgrounds. And he's put a lot of work into not just Golden Tempo, but a lot of other runners in our stable. He's got a vested interest, and it doesn't matter. Golden Tempo is top echelon of horses, but even in developing our babies, he's out, he's working hard, and he did. He had all the faith in Golden Tempo. I'm sure he had the opportunity to ride other horses that seemed to be a little bit better of a choice at the time, but he stuck through and really had showed loyalty to our stable, and we so much appreciate that.
In this 25th anniversary year of September 11th, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation continues to honor America's heroes. Heroes like Fire Lieutenant Michael Wells, who was inspired by 9/11 to serve his community. After 14 dedicated years of service, he lost his battle with occupational cancer, leaving behind his wife, Katie, and their 3 children. Tunnel to Towers honored Lieutenant Wells by paying off the family's mortgage in recognition of his sacrifices. Donate $11 monthly and amplify your impact with a car or land donation. Go to T2T.org.